Welcome to Chomper Nation, and today we will be counting down the top 5 most iconic alliances in BFTS history. In BFTS, there are many eliminations that can take you out of the competition, so some people team up during voting to have a better chance of staying in the game. This is what is called forming an alliance, aka a secret voting pact to take out other competitors. However, some BFTS alliances became well known by the community and became infamous for causing many eliminations. Number 5. Subscribe to Pack, BFTN. Up first at number 5 is Subscribe to Pack from BFTN. Subscribe to Pack consisted of Bommy, Coiny, Gatey, Non-Existy, and Spongy, and was created around Foldy's elimination. This alliance was created to counter Eraser, Foldy, Pillow, and Saw's voting pack, which ended up working as going into the final 5, they only lost Spongy, while Pillow was the only one left for their side. However, the Didids were catching on to this and saved Pillow, causing Bommy to get out. At Final 4, Gatey made a joke about voting Coiny, which made the alliance turn on each other, which resulted in a tie, where Coiny got out over Gatey, who lost the next challenge. However, Non-Existy ended up winning the camp for the alliance. So overall, Subscribe to Pack did a good job at eliminating their enemies until Alumni, where they blundered a bit on the job. They only rank at 5th though, because only people actually in BFTN really remember this alliance. Number 4. There's a life out there to enjoy, so enjoy it! BFTS 1. Coming in at number 4 is the first big alliance in BFTS history's reform. There's a life out there to enjoy, so enjoy it, aka the Team Victory Alliance. After Eraser was the first ever boot, Coiny and Fries were talking in the Team Victory, at the time MC Potato's Salsa team chat. They took the other 2 people online, Bomby and Nickel, and formed the majority alliance against Foldy, Tree, and Byasurda/Rocky. At their second vote, they blindsided Byasurda for annoying them in the challenge. They held Tree and Foldy's fate in their hands and swapped back and forth until voting off Foldy due to her having conflict with Fries. Other people were starting to become aware of something going on and were trying to prevent plans to vote off Foldy, but it did not work. The initial alliance ended in self-implosion when Coiny became close to Tree. Fries and Coiny betrayed Nickel and voted him out over Tree, and then Coiny betrayed Fries, leaving only Coiny and Bomby going into the second phase. They ended up adding Tree and became a trio going on to Cloudy is really hot, and worked together to vote out Basketball and Marker before Coiny and Bomby won the split BFTN challenge together and helped vote out Cloudy. They split up with Coiny and Tree going into and Bomby going on to Chungus Challengers, with Coiny leaving shortly after and Bomby being an early merge boot. Ironically, the person who was down 4-1 at one point, Tree, ended up outlasting all of them and made it on to the final 3. Number 3, the Bobucks Alliance, BFTS 1 and BFTS 3. At number 3, we have the Bobucks Alliance. There have been 2 variations of the Bobucks Alliance in BFTS. During Season 1 on the Mechanical Carabuxers, Snowball, Saw, Ice Cube/Preen, and Eggy came together. After voting off Gatey to kick the phase off, they famously got into a 4-on-4 war against Book, Pie, Puffball, and Nickel. In a tie, Ice Cube beat Pie, gaining a majority, but at the cost of everyone else targeting them. It came into play at the split, where Eggy was 1 vote away from being eliminated over Puffball. The alliance faded away, but all but Eggy merged. Their more famous/long-lasting variation came in Season 3, where after Eggy was the first boot, Snowball, Saw, and Preen found themselves opposite of a certain alliance. They replaced Eggy and made Robot Flower an honorary member, with Grassy also eventually joining. This was needed as the alliance they were opposing was controlling the game. They formed around Marker's elimination and got Bell out, who often voted with the alliance. However, the other alliance caught on fast that something was up, and eliminated Nickel and almost got Robot Flower out before merge. However, she ended up winning the tiebreaker against Evil Leafy, so she lived another day. Not for long though, as she was eliminated next. Luckily for the alliance, Bottle joined them, and they were going strong. Until the last 2 eliminations before Alumni, the other alliance rigged Jackbox in their favor to get Snowball out, and booted Saul right after him. So it was just Grassy and Bottle left. Both managed to survive the split, but Grassy was taken out afterwards. However, Bottle was not going out without a fight, and made it to the finale. Sadly, he lost, but second is nothing to be ashamed of. So overall, Robux has had 2 iconic forms throughout the first 3 seasons, but only ranks here for the other 2 just being more iconic. Number 2, Bestie Trio / Work and Power Brigade, BFTS 2. Coming in at number 2 is a dual entry of the Bestie Trio and the Work and Power Brigade. The reason both are in the same slot is that both are evolved around the Bestie Trio, Coiny, Pillow, and Tree. The Bestie Trio was formed during the merge of Season 2 and is more remembered, but at the final 10, the group really took off by adding Coiny's other allies, David, Thrice, and Barfback to the voting block. They started with a bang when they voted out Saul right after Saul rejoined. Clock was voted out instantly after. Grassy had brigade members masterfully play the round to avoid her win token by getting information and stealing her coins, then saving David or Tree from being tokened out. David was eliminated by Jackbox, but then they rebounded by voting Eraser off. Unlike number 1 on this list, despite not being as infamous, they made no mistakes voting-wise that took out their own members, and everything went smooth, other than an automatic elimination that had a 6 out of 7 chance for one of them to leave anyways. They were a great team, and even with their final 5 implosion when it was just them, but not as iconic as number 1. Before we reveal number 1, here are the honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. There aren't many other notable alliances in BFTS not mentioned in the list already, but one small one was Teardrop, Ruby, and Pies during the BFTS 4 alumni. They ended up eliminating everyone who wasn't with them in alumni, which ended up giving Teardrop 3rd, Pie 2nd, and Ruby 1st. However, this wasn't on the list due to not having much to talk about since it was a very late game and very successful. Another notable one was the other alliance from BFTN mentioned earlier. However, its main points were already mentioned in Subscribe to Pack segment, with the only things not mentioned is the fact that Eraser made alumni, and Saw caused quite a bit of eliminations. So with those quickly mentioned, let's move on to number 1. Number 1, the Penis Alliance, BFTS free. And coming in at number 1, to not many people's surprise, is the Penis Alliance from Season 3. The Penis Alliance was a result of 2 alliances joining each other in the second phase. The first half consists of Bottle, Grassy, Pen, and Stapy, and the other half having Fries, Remote, and Spongy, with Evil Leafy getting thrown in there as well. Their first move happened at the second elimination of Phase 2.5, where they organized Pillow and Tree's elimination. However, TD found out about this and tried to reveal the information. However, TD quit the next elimination after all the drama and other reasons, and the alliance was brushed aside after that, leaving them to cause basically all the Phase 3 eliminations. They got Fanny, Yellowface, Balloony, Marker, and Nickel out, with other notable events including Grassy leaving and Pen getting eliminated as the whole alliance was UFE. The alliance wasn't really noticed until Marker's elimination, as it was suspicious to have the votes so split. So that's when the Counter Bobux alliance came in and took out Belle, one of the alliance's pawns. Around this time is when they added Bracelety to help them keep their numbers. Evil Leafy was eliminated right before the merge, and Fries later on sacrificed himself. And with Stapy being constantly targeted and Bottle switching sides, it wasn't looking good for Penis. That was until Evil Leafy rejoined, and after Stapy's elimination, they managed to get everyone left in alumni. However, the split ended up killing both Spongy and Remote, and eventually Bracelety died in the Pixel Place auto elimination. However, Evil Leafy won the camp and made the Penis Alliance come out victorious. And so for being the biggest alliance in BFTS, and causing almost all the eliminations after being formed, the Penis Alliance lived in infamy as the reason BFTS 3 was bad. It was so infamous that BFTS 4 was affected with having people very alert for a similar majority alliance. Because of all this, Penis goes down as the most iconic BFTS alliance ever. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you'd like to see more top 5s, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. Have a good day, and we'll see you later!